We please normalize intimacy without commitment?
Why? Please give me one good reason why intimacy needs to come without commitment.
Ladies, do you know that these days men do not want to be committed to women anymore? They want to be intimate. They want to have sex with you, with women, but they don't want to be committed. They want to have sex back to back and do some little things about relationship that relationship people do, but they don't want to be in a relationship with you. And they call it situationship. I don't know if you heard situationship. I think before it's usually called friends with benefits. Friends with benefits, both of you are friends, but you smash. Now it's no longer friends with benefits. It's now situationship. You guys don't even know. You've not defined what you're doing, but you're having sex. You guys are doing to do at any time when he wants it. Every time he wants it, you give him. So it's like he's entitled to it, but he's seeing other people, and sometimes it might even hook you to the extent that you would not be able to see other people. He's the only one that can see other people, and if the woman is not using her head, she might start having feelings for him, and she might not be able to see other people, and now she'll expect him to commit to her. That's what these men are doing. I feel like they've been doing it before, but now it's not getting very annoying because if you want smacks, just go pay for smacks. Why are you coming to meet women and just having smacks with them without commitment? You guys, I have these interesting videos to share with you. Let's go ahead and watch these videos together. Then we'll come back and discuss.
What do you mean you're 32 and you want intimacy without commitment? You want a short-term relationship. Sir, you might die tomorrow. You don't have time to be requiring this from me. What is wrong with your noggin? What do you mean you're 32 and you want intimacy without commitment?
This is what I'm talking about when I say that men have turned the current dating culture into unpaid sex work for women. Because what do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean you want intimacy without relationship at 32 years old? It used to be back in yesterday that men who wanted to have sex, because that's what that means, right? We all know, we're not dumb here. It used to be back in, yesteryear that men who wanted intimacy without relationship had to pay for it. You had to go find a prostitute. Okay, you had to pay for it. But because men have co-opted modern day women's sexual liberation, they've co-opted it and they've turned it into what's beneficial for them, which is essentially making women in the dating world unpaid prostitutes. And that is why I will never, ever, ever hear nothing about men saying that, oh, women just use men to get, paid to pay for dinner, or whatever the fuck they say. They're dumb. It goes in one ear and out the other. You know what I mean? That's why I never listen to them. Because I know that you know, like I know, that you know, that I know, that you have turned the modern day dating scene into unpaid sex work for women with situationships and hookup culture. And I'm not talking about women who, are only looking for casual sex. That's fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But y'all know what I mean. We're not dumb here. We're not dumb around these parts. I don't have dumb people following me. I have dumb people looking at my videos. That's not what we're doing today. Okay? But this is what I'm talking about. Anyways, so no liberation under patriarchy, in case anyone was wondering.
We please normalize intimacy without commitment?
Why? Please give me one good reason why intimacy needs to come without commitment. No matter the intimacy you're talking about, cuddling, crossing the canal, blowing the trumpet, why it's supposed to come without the commitment? That's the taxation. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to tax some things for maintenance, emotional damage. You need to be able to prevent that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying commitment is going to prevent that necessarily, but it helps to have a little something in place, Now you advocating for free coochie. Girl, ma'am, please.
What do you mean you're 32 and you want intimacy without commitment?
Girl, it's not just 32. It's 42, it's 52, it's 62. It's fucking all of them. It's
Yeah.
all of them. They want unpaid sex work. They want low effort, high reward.
Yeah.
That's what they want. Don't put any more effort into someone than they're willing to put into you. You don't want to put in the effort, you're not going to get the effort. You don't want to pour into me, I'm not going to pour into you. Not anymore. And that's something I think that all women need to learn. And it's hard for us because we are literally trained by society to give and give and give until we have nothing left.
Sure.
Don't do it anymore.
What do you mean you're 32 and you want intimacy without commitment?
I was going to stitch the stitch that was attached to this that was talking about how modern dating, or men have turned modern dating into unpaid work. And I just wanted to say, I agree. 100%. But not only that, I've had a slight phase of being a bit of a cougar in the last few months. And what's really sad is to see younger men who are so detached from understanding that the person they're with is a human being, to the point where on a couple of occasions something happened in my personal life that caused me pain or distress, and I was with a particular person, saw them quite a few times, and when I told them what had happened, their response was almost as if it was none of their business. But to the point where even if we hadn't been sleeping with one another, the compassion wasn't there. It was almost like, hold on, but you're the thing I have sex with. You're not anything else. So when I broke my ankle recently, I was dating someone, and I asked them to come over, thinking they were coming over to give me compassion. And it was the day after that it occurred, and immediately they attempted to instigate it, and I was shocked. It's like, why do you think I would be turned on? Now I'm in pain, I've got a broken ankle. They said, well, isn't that why I come over? Well, usually, yes, but the circumstances are slightly different. And I thought you might actually, just want to be here and give me some support, some company. Like another human being normally should. But no, absolutely not. On another occasion, I had a scary incident where I live. And I said that somebody had tried to break into my flat. I said I was quite scared. The chap who I was due to see said, I can come round and stay with you if you like. I hadn't slept with him yet, which is important. And I said, no, that's fine. I'll be all right. He said, no, are you sure? Listen, I'll come over. Honestly, nothing, never mind any of the, just so I'll sleep in the lounge, just so you've got someone here. And I said, no, that's fine. We then slept together twice. And it happened again. Someone tried to break in again. And I sent them a message saying, actually, I would really like it if you would come over. And he said, oh no, I can't. I made excuses, and I said, but why did you suggest you'd come over the first time? It's because I hadn't slept with him yet. It's a really odd world out there now. Really, really sad world too. I'm not really sure what's happened to the men. Whether it is porn, because I have also noticed that in the bedroom area, more and more, especially the younger guys, assume that you want to do things that I know are porn related. They don't experiment like guys used to when I was dating in my younger years. They absolutely used to explore, trying to be PC, but because they hadn't been given this kind of manual of what to do and how to do it, they had to work it out for themselves. So they had to work out what was good for you and for them. Whereas now, I feel like they think they know already. Or they absolutely know what's good for them. And what's good for you isn't important. I might divulge who this is if I say this, but I have had, in fact, somebody say to me when I complained that they didn't seem to give two hoots about whether or not I'd had a good time and that I hadn't finished. I said, well, I did perform one type of foreplay on me, and that was supposed to have satisfied me. I'm not a prude, and I would talk about this much more openly, but TikTok won't allow me. So, but it is interesting what she says, because there have been a number of occasions where I've said to my friend after an encounter, I felt like saying, leave your cash on the side. Not nice to feel that way. And it has made me feel like men don't want relationships. That was my air freshener. Men don't seem to want relationships. The ones that say they do, don't. They want sex, but they're telling you that so they can get into your bed. And those that are open and say they don't want a relationship, yeah, they treat you like a pause. Very, very sad state of things. Which is why I have little sympathy when men talk about their loneliness epidemic. It's self-created, boys.
I didn't sleep last night at all. And I'm at work because of a situation that I have found myself in with a man. It is astounding and disturbing to me the lengths that men will go to have intimacy of any kind with women, emotional intimacy in particular, without having any kind of commitment. And to hurt women. At this point, I'm very convinced that a lot of men go out of their way to find women that are stable, that have a good future going for them, to hurt us, because it makes them feel better about themselves and what they lack, because they want to bring us down a peg. We don't have to get into that, but yeah, I'm really hurt because like I don't understand. I'm in my 30s. I don't understand why we can't be transparent. Why so many men in this day and age want companionship, intimacy from women. You want to text, you want to be friends, you want to go on dates but not call them dates. You want to be besties without being in a relationship. Who has time for that? Seek help. And it makes me so sad that I am at the place where I am such a caring, happy, optimistic person, and I feel like this year trying to date men it's so hard not to be better. It's so hard not to be better and pissed off all the time. Why are you coming in to disturb my peace besides to be cruel? Besides trying to knock me down to make yourself feel better, to prove to yourself that this woman that you think that has her shit together, that you're going to be the one that gets me caught up. It's really sick.
Yes. So women don't want to be committed with you as well. If you're a man, they don't want to even have that commitment with you. They just want you to have sex with them and you're out the door. They even want your money because they have enough money. All they want is what you have to offer, that thing between your legs. That's all they want. That's what some women want. But then some women that actually want commitment, they want a relationship. They want to define a relationship. Most of the time, they end up in men that just want to have sex with them and go. And the thing is, most of these men will not tell you they are not ready for any relationship. They don't tell you anything. They just kind of lead you on and, tell you the things you need to hear. Do the things that you need to do. And probably if you now start asking them, like, what are we doing? What are we? What are we? They tell you, oh, what do you think we are? They're not going to come clean with you. They're not going to complain and tell you what you guys are not. And they'll not tell you what they actually want. But they will do everything that a boyfriend does. Everything they need to do as a boyfriend, they will do it, but they are not your boyfriend. And once they start having sex with you, they keep doing this. Some of them will stop or continue, but they continue having sex with you because that is exactly what they want. And if you're not smart as a woman, you already having feelings for them and all of that, and you lose guard, and you are thinking in your head that you're in a relationship with somebody that just want to have sex and go with you. And the thing is, some of them actually say it openly and tell you, I just want to have sex with you, that's all. The thing is, if you just want to have sex with somebody without commitment, go and pay for it. You have to pay for it. And that is it. Because if you're looking at people outside these sex workers and you're kind of downgrading them or something, what's the difference between a woman that you're just seeing, probably you met online and just want to have sex with her and go? What's the difference? The difference is you're not paying for sex. And you as a woman, if you ask for money for sex from a man that just want to have sex with you and go, the first thing they're going to ask you is, are you a prostitute? Are you a sex worker? That's what they're going to ask you first of all. I personally feel like as a woman, before you get intimate with a man, either he's your friend or anything, before you decide to start going to that intimacy part, ask yourself, what am I benefiting from this guy? What am I benefiting from this person? Because these men already know what they want to benefit from you, which is you down there, right? What are you benefiting from them? Because most of the time they might not even pleasure you the way you want. Most of the time you have to fake the things just to make them feel good. What are you benefiting from them? It might not be money. I don't know. Just ask yourself what you're benefiting from them before you go ahead and do something like that. These men, what they do is they're going to lead you on, behave as if they want something serious with you, do everything by the book. If you're not smart, you will fall for it. So they will love bomb you to the core. After 6 months, I feel like 6 months is the maximum for their love bombing to actually fade. After 6 months, you can tell who the person really is. Or before 6 months, I feel like 6 months is the maximum if he's very good at love bombing. So that 6 months, you can tell who the person is. By then, that love bombing phase is over and they start ghosting you. That's when you see men start pulling away. They use that pull away method and they're not going to talk to you anymore. You be the one like, oh, chasing them and be like, you've not called me, you've not done that. Because they didn't want anything serious with you to start with. They were just doing it just to get into your pants. And you know that the good side of it is that some women are actually doing the same thing these men are doing these days, which is good. Okay. They don't want any commitment. In fact, once you start showing so much commitment to a woman and she's like, what are you doing? I thought we were just smashing. You're out. Okay. Some women they've actually zeroed the mind of being in a committed relationship with any man. They don't want anything for long term. They don't want anything serious with you. What they want is what they want from you, and that's it. But if you're not that kind of woman, of course you want commitment. Of course you want a relationship. Of course you want a name to the things you're doing, which is not situationship. Situationship is just going to get you confused. Another word of you saying that you're just having sex with this person for free. Just collect money or something, just so that you're not going to waste your remaining time, because in your head you think you're in a relationship with a man and it's just having sex with you, wasting your time, not allowing you to focus on probably meeting other people, because your head is focused on more on him because it's available at that moment. They cannot waste your time. Some of the time situationship can last for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, that you don't even know what you're doing with that kind of person. The next time or probably few months after they leave you, you see them being serious with another person because they never wanted to be serious with you from the onset. They were just using you to while away time. Some men use women just to while away time, just to pass time, just for them to, pass through some phase in life. Those are the things they use women to do, which is very sad. Anyways, guys, what's your take on this video? You can share your thoughts down in the comment section respectfully. As always, your girl Mara Davis, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one, guys. Bye.